You've still got drugs on your lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Morning, welcome to my video. I'm not actually 100% sure if I've ever done a rest day. I don't think that I have. So anyway, this is going to be my episode 3 of my off season. So you're going to see a rest day. We'll show you all of the food that I'm eating today. We'll show you kind of day shenanigans. Obviously you've just seen me count off Cuba with his posing, which is what we do each
I do
morning.
really appreciate it, by the way. It helps me.
So we do it with 3 to 4 rounds with counting, and we both do that for each other just to make sure that posing stayed on top of obviously moving into the off season. Like I said, at the European I was wobbly, at the Romania one I was still a little bit nervous and a tiny little bit wobbly at the last little bit of my I walk, so I will not allow that to happen next time. Neither of us want to come out of the top 3 ever again, so we will make sure that everything is perfect the next time we're on stage in terms of the posing, and obviously bring a very different package in terms of the physique. So obviously I did my posing this morning, Cuba did that for me, took some pictures. Very happy with the way that I'm looking at the moment. Yeah, like really happy actually. I feel like the new training that we're doing with Jordan, and obviously one of the first videos that I did post the show was the pull day. We actually hit that yesterday for the second time, beat all numbers literally by about a double. So things are definitely moving forwards very, very well. I'm very happy with the way that my back shock is looking, more so because I've still got condition there as well as building the size. I know that it's very silly to say that I feel like I've grown, but I actually feel like I have. Not even added tissue that I've lost, because I've never had lumps, especially on my back, that I have right now. So I'm very happy about that. I feel like we've got things and food at a very good level. All of the food is sitting nicely, very much like Cuba, where I am hungry as hell most of the time, but we need that.
And we actually have an off-plan today.
And we do actually have an off-plan meal plan today.
Nothing sweet, to be honest, just going to be sushi.
No, sushi.
Do you
But
want
it's
to
what we
tell me
like.
what
So we've ordered a few different platters of the maki and the nigiri, and some California rolls. Go on, you go.
Well, we've actually got a bowl of sushi rice and sashimi as well.
Oh yeah,
each.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
it is pretty much. It's gonna be a big
on plan,
meal.
but off plan.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big meal, but it's gonna be a plan. It's still planned, and it's still planned to our schedule.
Yeah.
Because of the next 2 days, we have 2 big sessions to hit. So it's still planned, but off planned. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I reckon that the Thursday leg session we may vlog up in Durham.
Yeah.
Obviously we're going up there for work purposes, with it being UF, and
I've got a meeting with Anth anyway, so
yeah, so that's the reason as to why we are going. So yeah, so that is the plan. I'm also going to go over today how I deal with and why I think it works for me and Cuba, and why it could or should work for other people to have your other half, or in our case fiance, coach you. And I think that it works very well, and if you've got a very tight-knit good unit going on, I think it's something that, and you respect them and you respect their decisions and you respect them as a coach or as an athlete, I think that it's something that should work very well. And I'm going to do a bit of a chat around that, but we'll leave it there. We're going to go off walking, and then we're going to have our breakfast, so catch you soon. So we are just lubing up Cuba. No, I'm kidding. We're just quanlanging up Cuba with the heat rub, and it's the best one that we use, isn't it? So this is the one that we use. We put it on our knees pre-workout to get them nice and warm, get the joints nice and warm before we actually attack the sessions, and the muscles to run.
put a bit more about it.
And do you want to go over why the recovery capabilities are good? Basically it's warm and it makes it nice.
any heat treatment actually brings the blood to the area, so after my posing in the morning, I always have this because it does actually help the recovery, and I'm not quite as stiff. Keeps me pretty much lubed up, so I have this, then we'll go walking when she's allowed, when I let her. Normally on the rest day we do go walking together. She doesn't actually have that much housework to do, so when she's cleaning, she's OCD, she won't let us have a cleaner, so she has to be cleaning. So on these days I do like her to come walking with me, which is quite nice, to be honest. So today's going to be more of a family day, as we have got an off-plan meal planned as well, so that'll be quite nice.
And Gaz will be joining us with that.
Yeah, we actually got some sushi as well.
Surrogate son. Older than me. So meal one on a rest day is pretty much the same as a training day. It is exactly the same as training day, which is the JP cream of rice, JP whey, not JP fruit there, with some cinnamon, and then eggs with some veggies inside it. Everything that's like, as in like the finer details, as I said before, is all on my log on the Train by JP. So yeah, gonna eat that now. I'm gonna have my morning sups as well. I'm actually having the morning sups as well. Cooper's keeping an eye on me to make sure that I do. Don't like to have tablets, but I need to make sure that I keep on top of health, so all done. Like I just said, obviously keeping on top of health. I actually did my full bloods as well yesterday, so that should take around, how long did you say for it to come back? Tomorrow for it to come back, so it's going to come back to Cuba's email. So we'll just see, obviously post the dieting phase, because obviously it was a long dieting phase, kind of where I am in terms of blood work, see where the hormones are, see if everything's a-okay.
So main things we'll be looking at is the thyroid function, obviously the general cholesterol, liver function, so we'll be looking at everything really, kidneys. So it's good to pay attention. Obviously she's as close to as natural athlete as you will get, so her obviously blood work's not going to be out of whack like mine will, but I definitely still feel like it's important for any female to have the hormone checks for sure, just to see where they're at with the progesterone, estrogen, etc.
Especially post dieting phase, takes a massive hit, doesn't it? So it's always good to check, see where you are, and to, yeah, health is wealth. I have just done 18 of my client check-ins. Obviously started this morning at 6 with that, and it's now 10. So we've got a few more to work through. I think I've only got like 6 to work through. Like to give in-depth replies to each of my clients, help them with life as well as training. I feel like if we can get life good as well, progress will be better, because they'll be less stressed. It all comes hand in hand, so I like to have input and support them in every avenue rather than just the training and the diet. So that's what we've done. Obviously we took Caesar out earlier. We're just going to do a small little 5-minute walk with Zena, then we're going to get changed and ready to go for Cuba's meeting that he's got at 11:30 with the owner of Ultraflex, Charles Morden, at his offices. He's one of Cuba's great mentors, who's helped him with life, business, and becoming an all-round great guy, because he is a great guy.
Surround yourself with greatness. You'll become great.
So we're going to go and do that. Obviously I'm going to sit outside and hit up some client stuff, or maybe catch up by ringing one of my friends, because I've not spoken to her, and she's over in America actually getting ready for the Olympia, which is rare. So maybe give her a call and see how she is. But Gaz is going to go in and get some documentation stuff for Cooper for his YouTube on that, so that will be a good one to watch. And then I'm just gonna chill and then get ready for whatever Cuba has in store for us on this lovely rest day. But yeah, I'm gonna go walking now with Zena, with the little girl, just so that she can have some steps too. Caesar's actually very good on the lead. Zena's annoying. She wants to get to places 10 times quicker than what I want to get there. So she's a bit of a puller, but she's beautiful, so it's fine. Right, off walking. Meal 2 from Ultraflex. which is beef, potatoes and greens. Just complete a little bit more of my client check-ins, help Kuba to shave his head, and then we're going to head out. We're going to have our next meal on the road, so we will show you what that is. I think while they go in and do the talk, I might go to the food shop, and that's the plan. Next meal is 100 grams of smoked salmon, 1 bagel, 50 grams of greens, and it's all definitely in my braces, so I'm not going to turn to the camera. We're going to get into Sainsbury's in a minute, do some shopping, head to the gym, see what time it is, and plan from there as to what we do. Yes. Sainsbury's time. Meal 4. We've got cream of rice by Train by JP Nutrition, whey isolate by Train B. No, it's vegan whey, isn't it? Vegan whey by Train by JP Nutrition, and then some fruits. So yes, this is meal 4. Then we're gonna head out. We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna go to a coffee shop, get a decaf though, because decaf is always on a rest day. And then we are going to get the sushi. We're gonna go to my parents, I think, to eat the sushi, and that will be the day. I'm also gonna do my chat. So stay tuned for the chat, because I'm gonna talk about how it's possible and how I go about, and kind of quick wins and things you can and shouldn't do when you're getting coached by your other half, and how it should work if you have got a real close-knit, strong relationship. Okay, so meal 5 going down, which is chicken, pasta and greens. Rotated a food source here, so we've gone with a different carb today. We normally have rice with this meal. Today we're going to have some pasta. It is a gluten-free pasta, so it should sit nicely and not bloat too much, but obviously it's very important to actually rotate your carb sources and protein sources, especially in the off season. Obviously when you're in prep you do need to stay consistent, but in the off season it is important that you do rotate it. If you don't, you will build an intolerance to foods if you have the same thing literally 24/7. So it's important that you do actually rotate it. It's important to actually get some enjoyment too. Obviously all year round it's good to have enjoyment if you actually cook your food properly with a little bit of love, but especially in the off season, good to give your body some foods that it's been wanting, and mine and Kuba's body's definitely been wanting a bit of pasta, so we're going to have it now, going to enjoy it, and then we're going to head to the gym before heading to get some sushi. So obviously my video has mostly been based around the rest day and kind of what I do on my day-to-day rest day. Obviously bodybuilders lead kind of boring lives, especially on a rest day, because today is literally about getting the body ready to attack tomorrow for our sessions, rest and recuperating while staying active, which is what we do with the dogs, with me doing day-to-day bits in the house, cleaning and whatnot. Obviously Gaz has got some footage of me doing that, but I actually wanted to delve into getting coached by your other half, and how it kind of works for me and Kuba. So in my opinion, if you are a competitor and your other half is a coach, who better to coach you really than them? In my opinion, they are the only person within this industry that will honestly have your best interest at heart. It is an industry where people are very much out for themselves, which I don't fault anybody for that, because at the end of the day, if you want to be competitive, you want to be the best, there has to be an element of selfishness. But when it comes to having a partner, and they aren't your competitor, that the selfishness is not there. You are selfish to a point where you have to do the things that are good for you, but like with me and Kuba, things fit very well because we both have the same vision, we both have the same path, we are both in the same moment, should we say, along this journey together. But that being said, if you do have a partner who is a coach, I think that they are the person who will have your best interests at heart, and you know that they will do anything, go above and beyond to make sure that you are your absolute best. Take this year for example. I am not the biggest figure girl in the world, obviously. I will never be the biggest figure girl, but Cuba got me to a point that lots of people, like when I first started my journey to becoming a figure athlete, we had lots of people that put it down and said that it wasn't going to be achievable. He went above and beyond to make sure that I had done and did, and my training and my diet and everything was on point to make sure that individually for me that was on point. And would I have got that level of service from another person? Some would argue yes. I'm going to argue that no person would have cared about me as a person as much as what he did or he does. Especially now that we are training together and all of that kind of fits too. It's just really fun and really exciting. And I think that if you are in this game and you have a partner that does it, to be able to do those things together, honestly, like, I know that people can't spend every minute living moment with their other half, but since we've started to do that, we get on better, we bounce off each other. All of the ideas that we have, like the things that we have in the pipeline and the business ventures and everything that we have, like you can learn to really connect and really bounce off things, especially if you've got that massive connection of the bodybuilding industry. But another part to that is that you also need to learn to decompartmentalize, and I think that that's a word. And it's something that from an early age I've actually been able to do due to the fact of me bodybuilding. I have not been bodybuilding for a long time. It's come from diving. So obviously when I was diving, I was also a school student because the majority of the time I was in secondary school when I was diving. I also then went on to work part-time. I also went on to go to university. I also had my family life and my social life, and I needed to learn from a very early age how to make those things separate. So there's no real way that I can tell you how to do that. It's something that you have to learn how to do on your own, and over time it becomes a lot easier. And I think that once you go down the bodybuilding path, you kind of get into your own little groove where you are able to really balance things quite well in terms of social life, home life, and then your bodybuilding and everything that comes with that. Everything kind of does end up matching up together, and things do fall into place really easily, and you do have to make time for others. So that's one other part that comes to getting coached by your partner. You have to learn to know when it's coaching, when it's training, and when it's home life. And I think that that's what we have nailed on. So obviously when we're here training, we talk about training. Training's the thing, and that is the focus, and that's what we talk about, and that is it. Okay? When we are doing the check-in, because obviously most of it is done together, face to face, but I actually do a check-in form and pictures each day to him through his work phone, just like a normal client would, because we want that documentation. We want to be able to look back and see how things have progressed. So that is the check-in. That is one part of that, and within that time, that is all we are talking about, nothing else. And then we have home life, where we talk about the dogs, where we talk about the future of what we want to do with us in a personal sense, the wedding, houses, things like that. And then we also have business, where at that time when it's about business, we are just talking about business. Nothing else comes into play. We are just two people that are talking about business. And being able to separate all those four things means that when we are talking about training and when we are training, that is the only focus, and that's what we are. We are training partners within that time. The element of love is still there, but we are training partners. The check-in is there, and that is the process of where we need to talk about the food and the changes and why that's happening, and whether we're happy with the progress or whether we need to pull or need to push. Then we have the personal life, like I said, that we talk about, and that is literally us sat in front of the telly having a cuddle, talking about things that are normal, that aren't anything to do with the gym or training or whatever, about what our plans are for, I don't know, future family, the wedding, and homes and other dogs together, different things like that. And then obviously we have business. And I think that if you are a powerful couple, you are a strong couple, and you do actually connect very well, it can work. If you're not, it won't work, and that's okay too. You don't have to get coached by your other half if you really don't want to, if you don't think that it's going to work. But if you do have that respect for them as a coach, which in my opinion as a partner you should do, it will work. And I think that anybody who's in our position should really trial it and see how much you can get out of it, because honestly I think that if you're not, you're missing a trick. So that is my take on it. Learn how to separate different sections and you will be a-okay. Off-plan meal at Mum and Dad's. Mum and Dad don't want to be on camera but Dad wants you to see his Daredevil posters, so we'll show that in a bit. So we're going to have some sushi, and I'm very much excited for it. So Cuba's got his out on the plate so you can see. rather come and eat here than eat out or eat anywhere when we go away. We love it.
To be honest,
it's nice and homely.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna eat now, so you can see you later. We don't know whether we're going to be in sometime, so we get all of our parcels sent to my mum and dad, so it's like Christmas when we come every day. But Cuba's actually got me a tree. Instead of flowers this time, he's got me a tree. So a tree's come to my mum, so we're just going to make it. Arts and crafts.
Linda,
you can turn it off now. Just back from my mum and dad's, going to have my last meal. Which is yogurt, whey and some almond butter. Gonna have my evening drink, which is the join in, and watch some telly, and then we're gonna go to bed super soon. Very close to bedtime now, so eating a little bit too late, but it's cool. Ready for bed, ready for another day. Thank you for watching. If you've got anything that you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Hope you enjoyed kind of an insight into my rest day, and also the way in which I approach and enjoy the experience of getting coached by Mr. Cube. And I'll see you soon for a new YouTube video, so thank you, stay tuned.